I felt like Kurt hammered this then. It was like Kurt hammered, Bryan Adams.
I think wah is the kind of effect that you have to play yourself. When someone else is wahing like that, it's
offensive in a way, isn't it? But you tell you what, it goes to show that Keith Scott is one of the most underrated guitar players in the entire world. He's one of the, I mean, one of my heroes. Keith Scott from Bryan Adams.
I know who he is.
And
these guys were.
You never see it. He's like
he should have signature pedals and signature guitars and everything.
He's got a great signature guitar. Anyway, welcome to Andertons TV. I'm Pete.
Welcome, to the Bryan Adams fan club on Andertons TV.
I love him.
Right.
And you know what he should do if he was watching this video?
He would.
And he should subscribe.
He would.
Do you know what? Because I don't think he has one.
Everything he does, everything he do, he subscribe it for you.
Everything he does, he subscribes to us.
Anyway, right, wow.
Anyway, that was a long-winded intro.
Goodness me, it's been a long day. Okay, well look, if you, like many guitar players out there, have had enough of DSP, you don't even know what it stands for, let alone knows what it does.
Dumb prick.
Exactly. Morley may well have the solution for you. They have taken
a piece of metal,
their famous Morley wah, the kind of the sprung-loaded one, so there's no on and off button as soon as you switch it. In fact, can we see this red light here on overhead cam? Look, as soon as I press the wah down, it does its wah thing. As soon as I let go,
like me, no on and off switch. It's awesome all the time.
Then you've got analog distortion with a high gain mode as well, and a separate high gain level, and you've got analog chorus, stereo, and analog echo, which does some weird pseudo stereo thing where one side has the echo and one doesn't.
It's a bit American.
Yes. Right. All in this kind of kick plate vibed steel enclosure.
It's like
it's pretty massive.
It's solid.
It's old school, right?
Solid.
Old school technology with a little bit of an old school price on it as well. So these are some of these things you've got to get your head around.
7,000.
Do you want American made, all uber old school high end componentry, all analog, lovely jubbly, or for the same price, you could probably go and buy a Line 6 Helix or something, or a Helix XL or whatever.
Really?
It's 500 quid.
It's 500 quid.
It's 500
so
quid,
like the pedal we just looked at with the amp in and everything.
But it's like everything these days, isn't it? Do you want to go
a Ferrari
premium, high-end, analog-y, old school, pay loads of money, or do you want DSP, do everything, super affordable?
What would you want? What do you want? What do you want in your life, Lee?
I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I don't go there, I'm Switzerland when it comes to this. You know what I like, guys. You know I like pedals and valve amplifiers, so I probably do quite like this.
And talking about, before we go on, can we just say what we're plugged into here? Because we're plugged into
on my
Magic.
New spinny. Woo! Got new stalls, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Yes, we've plugged into the pink and the blue Friedmans here in stereo, and this is what it sounds like with no effects.
We've got reverb on one side.
Sounds
on one
great.
Sounds
great.
Absolutely.
So let's just go through.
Wonderful.
We'll go through these one at a time. You can see the signal chain. Pedal comes in here, or guitar, goes in here. Wah-wah first, then distortion. There's an effects loop here, which if you do insert anything through it, that's where it'll go. What are you trying to do? Rub the screen print off. Chorus, then echo, then out. It won't come off. You're trying to rub the P off, so it says effects loo. What are you doing?
Just having a good time.
So we'll go backwards in the showing you the effects here. Start from the end. So echo, here we go. It's an analog delay circuit in here, so it's not going to have like massively long. Somewhere between, I don't know, 3/4 of a second and a second.
And it's going to be quite dark on the repeats.
I had the mix turned down for the opening kind of jam. I'll turn it up.
It's almost got a, that's very short, it almost got a little bit of a modulation going on. Maybe that's because when you got what it's only coming out into one amp, right? So
Correct.
that might be. It's an American pickup truck. That's what it reminds me of.
That's the Echo, pretty basic Echo, but I've always liked an analog Echo. It's not the type of Echo that you'd have for crazy shoegazing effects. It's just a good old-fashioned bit of Echo to fatten up
little bit
like
like John Mayer just used it at the just a tip.
Yeah.
It's just a tip from the Aquapus, but it's just a little bit.
Chorus. This is now full stereo.
And this is so good. This one. I really like that chorus.
That's a good chorus.
That really works well when the delay is going into one side.
I know it sounds sort of countering, not counter.
Because
when you hear stereo delay, you're thinking ping pong, so you're going like. This is more the sort of the wet dry rig where you've got delay coming out one side, but it's dry out the other. But the chorus is on both sides.
I'm really struggling with these
terminologies.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Today it's not the day for it. It's a Monday. I mean, that sounds good.
It's a big sound.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
Distortion.
Distortion. Ooh,
Good.
Without?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
You can scoop it if you want.
Scoop-a-loop. So what's that? That's a
You've
mid.
just got a 3-band EQ.
That's cool. Is that an active EQ? And what's that there then?
Just like a high gain mode, but it's got its own separate level. So
it doesn't work separately?
yeah, that's right.
Okay. That really sounds.
I like the drive sound. Yeah, it's a good drive sound.
A good, what is that based on?
Analog. I'm sure Morley do their own drive circuits. You know?
I've never tried a Morley overdrive before, but I like it.
Diamond distortion. Diamonds are forever. Right, let's try the wah with just a clean sound on it at the moment. So we're going inside of this. I do like, again, it's got a lovely feel to it because it's sprung loaded, so it wants to return to this spot and it gives a nice feel. I quite like well, perhaps you have to get used to this with Morley. Most of the throw, is that what they call the sort of the where the tone is really changing?
Yeah.
Most of the throw feels like it's more towards the further end.
Yeah.
So I think when you're using this, you're probably only using, you know, you're not doing like a full sweep like this. You're sort of getting it sort of on and then just using that end bit, which I quite like from a sort of just a usability point of view.
However, when I push it down, if you can see when it's all the way down, this plate goes that way. Right? Look at it.
Right.
Right?
Oh yeah, it does.
So it goes that way, and that's always been my sort of
You
not
prefer
issue
it where because the Dunlop one stays.
Any other go stays straight.
Yeah.
So your foot doesn't. It has to.
Yeah.
It has to sort of tip forward like that.
We'll put this on the floor, I think, just to let Pete completely play out, because there's nothing else to really tell you about this.
It sounds good.
If you're not familiar with the whole Morley thing, I believe they invented it, and it's certainly what they're famous for, was their wah pedals don't work on a tone pot like a Dunlop wah pedal does. It works on like an optical sensor.
Optical illusion.
It's creating the same kind of effect, but the beauty with this is that the part can never wear out.
Can never wear out, yeah.
So whereas on a Dunlop wah or any of those types of wahs, you're probably fairly familiar that after a year or two you hear
it's a million
Is it,
times
so
you can do that.
First of all, you'll
thing,
start to hear it crackle, and you've got the switch cleaner, and then eventually it will just give up the ghost, and you buy a new pot to go inside it. The Morley can never do that. It will just carry on and work forever and ever and ever and ever because there's no.
Well, ever?
I think so. There's no part to wear away.
That looks like that and cockroaches would survive a nuclear war.
This has definitely got some kind of.
You know, when we talk about 1,000 rig for 1,000,
defense
that one
shelter
would survive a car crash.
I'm sure it would.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
That would just survive. The only problem is you'll have to have a 2 amp power supply for it.
So there you go. Built in America. Whereabouts in America is the guys built? I mean, that's another big sort of Morley thing. They do fly the flag a bit, and they try and buy all the components from America, and all the obviously the build is in America and all that kind of stuff. Premium buffer built in.
Okay, it's nice.
It's obviously look, it's patented glow-in-the-dark treadle grip.
This one
allows you to let this bit's glow in the dark. Is it? That's so clever.
Well,
there we are.
So we try to run over with your car.
My car could not put a dent in this for sure. Right, anyway, let's put this on the floor. Pete can play out. Links will be below. As I mentioned before, it's about 500 quid. You can buy one from Andertons if you choose, or from a different Morley dealer.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.